It's that time. We're almost there.
What? We're almost done with the show already?
Well,
Thank God.
yes, it's almost Christmas and they're canceling our gig.
Oh, I hope. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man,
Isn't it funny how like we've had this happen to us multiple times where we land on the eve or we land on a holiday. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's weird. It's weird.
But it's about to happen sometime. But we're getting down to the wire. I mean, 8 o'clock this morning. By 8 o'clock tonight, the fat man's going to be flying around the world and dropping stuff
Hey,
off to the kids.
no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, Santa's out there.
Yeah,
Santa's rolling, man. I love Santa Claus, man. I'm 46 years old and man, it's just cool. Like number one, like the history of Santa. Like when you go back and like you always talk about Saint Nicholas, the real Saint Nick,
yeah,
and what he did. And then you look at kind of the different changes across Europe to the story and then to America and how they've capitalized on it, obviously. But
yeah.
just it's
Also,
just a fun thing.
also known as Chris Kringle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Just a fun thing. But remind me, speaking of holidays, isn't Hanukkah super late this year?
Actually, Hanukkah is tomorrow on Christmas Day.
It's on Christmas Day, right?
Yeah, it starts at sundown on Christmas Day, and it's the first time in 117 years
Holy
that has
crap.
happened. 117 years they fall on the same day.
That's so wild. And
Now,
it goes till what, January 2nd?
yeah, it goes, yeah, 8 days. So, it'll bridge New Year's Day and Christmas Day.
Well, not to sound like a capitalist or anything, but I'm really looking forward to that little boost in sales.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Look, I'm just saying, if we're going to do it, let's do it.
and look, hey, for those that have a blended family out there, man,
Yeah.
presents are gonna roll.
So I don't mind admitting my ignorance. It's very few things that I admit in my life. I do know Hanukkah a lot. I don't know the in-depth details of it, to be honest with you. I'm not. I know a lot, and I think I'm pretty good at understanding.
Yeah.
Um, what is the key? Like you think about Christmas. You could talk to most families and find out what they're cooking
But
and what they're
yeah.
making, and you have a couple like there might be some differences, but there's a lot of common stuff.
Oh, sure, sure.
What about Hanukkah? What would be the one thing on that's like the good like Hanukkah meal?
Okay, it's called potato latkes.
Potato. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
It,
I
it,
know
it,
that. Look at me, guys. I'm awesome.
potato pancakes, and it's
Yeah.
but potato mixed up with some chopped onions and everything. You put some oil in a pan and you just fry them up. Put applesauce or something on top of them, and it's like that's the traditional. And then
And they're round. There, it's not as big as like a giant flapjack. It's like what, like
yeah,
this size, like a sausage.
the dollar pancakes.
There you go.
About the
Okay,
size of the dollar pancake. And then somewhere
interesting.
along the line, and I don't know where that tradition started, but jelly donuts was also became a kind of a regular for Hanukkah.
That
I,
is random.
there is absolutely no correlation between jelly donuts and potato latkes, but I think that Elvis probably had something to do with it.
Look, if you're gonna feed me potato, onion thingy, donut or pancakes, and give me a donut, I feel like nobody's gonna complain about that, right?
Well, that's true. That's true.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Cool. I was thinking about it. Part of me was thinking about it because I was like looking on the calendar a while ago, going, "Wait a minute, man! I'm not seeing Hanukkah." And then
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, it's late this year." And then I was like, "Oh my God, it's now!"
Oh, sometimes it can happen before Thanksgiving. Uh,
Really?
and yeah, and sometimes generally when it happens around Christmas time, that's really late in a season.
It's really late. It's
But
usually like done. by now, right? I mean, well, that's cool. I'm excited. I got some moving around to do at work tomorrow to make some fun displays. So, that's fun and exciting. So yeah, cool.
So
Tonight's going to be wild. I got a lot of rapping to do. Not as much as I did, or because I've did it a lot last week and just kept them in my closet,
yeah. But I mean,
But
today is, I think there are a lot of people. In fact, I have friends that they start shopping today.
where are you going to find? Like, you mean shopping for gifts?
Yeah, yeah.
Where are you going to get them at? Where are you going to get them at?
There's two thoughts. Number one, they'll take whatever they can get their hands on, especially for kids. If it's
That's love.
for kids, whatever's on the shelf, chances are it's been further reduced because it's the day before Christmas and they're trying to get those last sales.
I got to disagree with you on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I got to disagree a little bit, though. Most likely, the only thing that's reduced is anything connected to the holiday, decoration-wise,
Well,
paper.
that's true.
If anything, they're going to keep those prices the way they are because people are desperate and they can make that
Get
last
something at
minute.
the last minute.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's like buying a concert ticket last minute. Yeah, you can get it, but you're going to pay a price,
Yeah, yeah.
But why would you wait? Like, I understand. I don't get people waiting, man.
Well, part of the thought, I think, is that some people shop on Christmas Eve because they figure everybody else has got their shopping done, so the stores aren't going to be quite as busy.
It's crazy.
Food purchases the day before Christmas and everything. But as far as toy stores or department stores, they probably aren't quite as crowded as they were a week before Christmas and as they will be starting the day after Christmas.
True. Yeah. And I could see like on a food level, like get that last minute goodies, alcohol, get your last minute booze.
Right.
So that way you can just, start drinking and be done for the next couple. I mean, whatever that may be, a couple bottles of wine, some whiskey, some beer,
Yeah.
last minute, on the beer side, last minute holiday beers. I can tell you firsthand, I will be out of 75% of my holiday beers, my true holiday beers, probably by next week, or probably, no, okay, not next week. I was out probably by last week. Whatever's on the shelf now, I don't know, man, not much.
Yeah.
You got to get those early. Nobody wants to drink a Christmas beer, even though it's still good and still quality. Nobody's searching for a Christmas beer or Christmas wine in January.
Yeah. Well, however, if it's been marked down because it's that Christmas beer,
I'm not marking them down.
No,
I will mark them. So the biggest goal for me is to sell out of all my Christmas beers, not winter. That's two different things now.
Right,
because
right,
winter, we can ride that out till March,
Right.
My goal is to sell out of those Christmas beers long before Christmas. In December, because I want people to be in the mood to buy them. But preferably like the week before Christmas, have minimal Christmas beers out. Usually by the week before Christmas, I have a big display at work. I call it the barge. And on one side of it, it's now the bubble. Yeah, it's now the bubble barge. So one whole side is champagne and Prosecco and bubbles.
Wines, yeah.
Yeah. And then the rest of it, though, has been like my holiday Christmas focal point of beers and all that.
Well, you still got a holiday a week from now. And that's where all the bubbly stuff comes.
That's why I got the bubble barge. Yeah. And you can still sell Christmas beers during that time. People be like, you know what? I better grab this last 6-pack of St. Arnold Christmas Ale, or, oh my God, they have Tup's Ugly Sweater, 1 6-pack. I better grab it. But usually by then it's converted over into like some cocktail stuff, wines, I can tell you right now, I will have a Hanukkah kosher wine display, because I sell quite a bit of kosher wines. I got some really good ones. So I will have representation there, and I'll probably get with one of my managers who can help me out with that. She's my like authority on Passover and Hanukkah, and I'm always talking to her about stuff. Because, not to get all whatever, I know that there's There's wines you can drink in Hanukkah, and then there's
Sure.
wines approved for Passover. So,
Are there particular wines that become more popular for Christmas?
yes, yes. Look, so Thanksgiving is your Chardonnays and Pinot Noirs. Not to say that Cabernet still isn't king. Cabernet is king always. But Pinot Noirs and Chardonnays are your. Well, when I came to your house, I brought a Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
And Christmas and this time of year, yeah, you're going to start digging into your cabs. Chardonnay's still a thing. Sweet dessert wines, Glühwein, the German wine, the mulled wine that you warm up. Those are big right now. I don't think I have any. And stuff like that. Yeah. And then there's holiday wines. We have a holiday Moscato, we have a cranberry Moscato, things like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like Moscato. And then there's that category of cordials, which that always seems to me to be a popular gift giving item
There is.
that people pick up when they're going to somebody's house for dinner. They bring a cordial, or the sipping wines.
Well, a lot of those I can't carry because they're very like ports, they're very high alcohol. And at my particular, really, it's McKinney, Texas. McKinney has a rule that won't let me carry anything over 17.5% alcohol.
Now, are there other cities can have relaxed rules?
Yeah. So when I was at Frisco, the Frisco location, their rule was 19.5. Anything above that had to be at like a Specs Total Wine goody. So mine is 17.5. So that eliminates a lot of ports. Now, there are some ports that are available that are in that 17%. I haven't brought them in this year. We haven't, by the time we realized it and by the time it occurred to me, I was looking at like, okay, are they approved and can I get them? And it just wasn't worth it. I was like, food for thought next year, but I can't carry like the Sambucas or any of that stuff. That's got to be at like a liquor store and all that.
My father-in-law loved Bailey's.
Well, so here's something funny. I can't carry Bailey's, but I have what I call the ghetto version. It's O'Hare's. It looks just like Bailey's.
Okay.
It's called O'Hare's or O'Hara's or O'Malley's, some Irish thing. And it looks exactly like it, a little bit cheaper, but it's not liquor based. It's a wine based version of Bailey's. People always freak out and say, "Oh, wine," but it's not made the same way. It's not that type of. Yeah. So, we have that, and I'll have that on a display too. Yeah, and we sell a lot of it. That's about it. I can't do like I've had people come in and buy triple sec, ask for triple sec, and I'm like, dude, that's a liquor. Like I can't carry it. We sell a lot of mead this time of year too. A lot of mead. So that's pretty fun.
I like when you say the ghetto version.
That's what I call it. I go, hey man, everybody, and nobody likes when I say it at work too. They're always like, that's so unprofessional. And I'm like, it's the knockoff. And they're like, no, it's not.
But the price is right.
Right. It's a different version. And I'm like, whatever, it's ghetto. Let's buy it. And I tell people that though. I'm like, look, like you could put it side by side. I could probably figure it out. Maybe some other people, but if you just want to dip a little in your coffee for an Irish coffee, and guess what? It's Christmas Eve and the liquor stores are packed and the liquor stores are closed the next day.
Yeah.
And not to mention, they're not only closed the next day, they're closed the day after Christmas too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a weird, stupid, old school Bible Belt.
They're closed Christmas and the day after Christmas.
Yeah, it's a really dumb, antiquated law that doesn't make any sense. But it's on Christmas Day, like if Christmas is this is what was really crazy, because I think last year, I don't know, one year Christmas was on a Sunday. No, Christmas was on a Saturday. It was the perfect storm for us, because we were the final destination of booze, So Christmas store, no, let's rewind. Christmas was on a Monday. Christmas Eve was on a Sunday. Liquor stores were closed.
Right.
So Saturday we got those sales. Sunday we were open. I think we were open to like 7 o'clock on Christmas Eve or something like that. We got packed because everybody was stocking up. Can't go to a liquor store on Sunday. And
right?
then on Monday, it's closed because of Christmas. But then on Tuesday,
Tuesday.
it's closed too. So we capped, it was a big week of sales.
Well,
So you got
Now,
to always plan ahead.
not only that, but all the Chick-fil-A's are closed on Sunday, and
True.
then there's an awful lot of restaurants that are usually dark on Monday.
Yeah.
So those are also sources for people to go in and get a something to drink or eat. Uh,
Yeah. Well, the only restaurants open on Christmas are Chinese restaurants anyway.
that's
So,
right.
and
And
hey, that's cool. I mean, good for them. They're smart, you know?
right, and their sake is worth grabbing a hold of.
Yes. Yes. I'm staring at a bottle of sake right now. I have. So I've got 2 or 3 bottles I need to get my hands on and start drinking. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's an interesting time of year with the different holidays and how people celebrate and then we roll into January and everything kind of slows down, you know?
Yeah, well, you hope everything will slow down, but then the white sales start and the appliances go on sale, and everybody starts setting their sights on that kind of stuff.
I have
Uh,
a sneaking suspicion, though, that January is going to be a very, very tough month for retail, and it usually is anyway. People are they spent so much on the holidays, and even if they budgeted it, it's still a bigger budget than they normally
well,
have.
January is when the bills come for the stuff that you
Yeah.
spent in December.
And then, you have this big thing called dry January, where people just don't drink in January. It's a combination of things. It's a combination of I drank way too much from October to December. I need to calm down and take a break. It's a health thing. People are like, look, I need to get back in shape. I need to watch what I drink. And it's also a thing to like put yourself in check. Like, I don't need to drink. You will have people that will dabble in dry January because whatever. I can tell you that dry January is about 2 weeks. That's it.
Right.
Sales are genuinely down in the alcohol those first couple of weeks. So you get a lot of non-alcoholic beers and seltzers and things like that. But after that, people are like, "Oh, I'm back to work. It's a long haul. I didn't get my Christmas bonus. I'm feeling it. I'm a drink.
Yeah.
My boss is a dick. Let me drink."
Yeah. And that's when people are making their resolutions for the
Yeah.
year, and that usually lasts about a week or two also.
Exactly. That's why it's like anybody who wants to work out. Like if you really truly work out consistently all year, you just take that week and work out from home because you don't want to go to the gym.
Right.
Because it's all going to be the newbies like, okay, new year, new me. And I'm going to tell you right now, new year, new me is nice in theory, but let's lower our expectations. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's like new year, new me is like, okay, I'm working out 3 days a week. I'm going to add another day.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I did that last year. I decided that I really needed to shape up. So I joined a club
Nice.
last January, and
Did it work?
they just sent me a note wanting to know if I wanted to renew and when was I going to show up.
That's what I'm saying, man. Don't waste your money, man. Don't waste. Now, I take a good time off from drinking every January anyway, but it started because I don't know if I'm going to do it again this year. It's be the second year in a row I haven't done it. It started because I was doing the Big D climb, so I was training
Yeah.
and
I remember
running,
that.
and I really would like to do it again this year, just to say, hey, I'm 46. There's people that are in better shape than me that are older, but at least but I'd have to start training now because it's like the end of January. I think I could pull it off. I'll probably die when I get up there, but I kind of, I don't know, we'll debate, but I used to take the month and be like, no, I'm not drinking. And then it also turned into a thing too, because when I was working the bars, man, it was all kinds of Christmas parties, or we're staying out
Sure.
after the bar and I'm sitting here smoking cigars and having some extra wine and whiskey. And I just needed to cleanse. It wasn't necessarily a health reason. It was just putting me in check.
And a
But I
lot
got to
of
be honest with
places have instead of having their Christmas parties or holiday parties before, that stretches into January now too.
I'm having my get together with my boys. I think they're coming over in the next week or so after New Year's, just for some hangout. It's going to be like our holiday get together. It's
Yeah.
not like exchanging gifts or anything, but we're going to cook and we'll have some wine. That's it. Like, because
There you
I
go.
haven't been able to I couldn't do it in November. November was crazy. December, obviously, no social life,
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
You gotta catch up. Well, however you do it out there, enjoy. It starts tonight, all day tomorrow. Relax, have fun with the kids, open the
Mhm.
presents and all, and then start playing with the games and the
Yep.
video, whatever you've been talked into getting. Uh, and just have a good time. And then come back
Yes.
again and see us next week because next week we'll be heading into the new year.
Is next Tuesday New Year's Eve?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah. Next week is so that's probably going to be the subject of next week's show because we're going to have to be talking about what the week was like and what we're heading into.
Let's do it.
All right, take it easy, folks. See you again next Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. right here for Trash Talk. Bye.